Hi, Fifi.
You're fucked. You timed that so badly.
Well, I did it on purpose. So
To see if I had any weaponry to throw. Hello, how are you doing today?
What's on?
Well, so I can't remember if I've been sick for like 2 weeks since then, so I can't really remember what I did on the toe separators. So
We haven't done that one yet, so we can splice it all together.
Oh, that's even better. Excellent. So I've bought a selection of toe separators because my toes, I'll show you on here, my toes, like when I put pressure on them, they like bend over each other. So I'm getting like this bit being rubbed and because my toes are big, they're being like crushed, and that's on both sides. It's worse on this side though, because like for like 5 years I didn't walk on this foot. So I originally got some toe separators like this, but these, for a start, I can't help but feel like maybe I bought, like, there's one size, right? But this, I feel like the separators on these are really fucking thick. So I tried these ones, but as you can see, it turns me into Daffy fucking Duck. So it's really hard to buy it's really hard to find a shoe that's like wider at the toe than it is in the middle, because that's just weird. Especially like that much wider. Mm-hmm. So I wore them for like half a day, but then like they were absolute agony by the time I took them off. So I've rejected that as a potential. I'm still waiting for the podiatrist / orthotics, but in the meantime, I got myself a pair of what I can only describe as dainty lady Daffy Duck feet. But it's supposed to help on the bottom as well, because where I've got flat foot when I put weight on, so as long as I'm not putting weight on, I've got a nice arch on my foot, but as soon as I put weight on, it just all disappears. And because my joints are all loose, it basically, there's a pressure point here where they both point inwards. And I get a bit of like soreness around here, but pressure points here and here as well. So I bought myself these, which is supposed to help with this bit here, as well as helping with the separating of toes. But the only problem I found so far is that they're fucking comfortable, but they don't really help with the second toe yet. I think my second toe is like extra bendy or whatever, because it's separating it, but not enough. So I'm kind of wondering if I can do some kind of Frankenstein-y surgery where I separate that one with that one, or maybe with the little toe one, because they're all quite fat. But I don't know whether that would help or not. But I think maybe if I had like a bit more separation, or whether I should just buy another pair of these and then just add that up as another layer.
Well, let's try those and see what happens today.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try these today, and then if needs be, I might try like I've also got, I can't remember where I put them now, but I've also bought some toe lashy things that you put your toes together with, that you tie your toes together with. I can't remember where I put them at the moment, but there's these ones. No, they're just mine. So I will dig them out, because I've got ones where you can like lash your toes together. So if needs be, I'm wondering if I can like, if I can tie my toe together, and maybe that will change it. I don't know if that would cause another problem though. So.
Well, let us know in the comments if you've had a similar problem and what you've done about it.
Yeah, because Mum said that once they found the right one for Alton, he found it so much better. And it's one of these things where I can't have anything with too much pressure on for too long, because I had these I had these bad boys on, but that literally left marks for 2 days. So I'm trying to find something that's delicate enough to wear all day without wearing out, and this kind of weird soft silicone thing kind of works. But if you've got any other ideas, I'm more than happy to take them at this point, because my toes mean that I can't walk very far, because I end up walking on my toenails, which is why they're like literally cut to the point of no return. I have to cut them literally down to the point where they're almost bleeding, because if I don't, then they all just kind of curl in and rub onto each other. And then, of course, the problem is it's okay on this foot, but I can't feel my foot on this foot, so I've got to be really careful, because if they start rubbing on this toe, I can't feel it properly, so I won't be able to know until I walk around and leave blood everywhere, which I have done in the past and be like, "Where's that coming from?" I'm like, "Oh shit, it's me."
So yeah, we're about to go out to. We just got to go pop down to Wilton to pick something up.
Yeah, so I thought I'd give these bad boys a try. I am also at the moment using an insole too, which I've had to cut down because the toe thing won't work otherwise. But I've got an insole in at the moment as well. The toe separates mean I can't have the top of it, because otherwise it's too much. So at the moment I have what I can only describe as like, have you ever seen Kick-Ass where he makes his own costume and it looks really shit? that's where I'm at the moment. But once I find something that works, because I'm pretty sure I need an insole, because Mum needs an insole, but I haven't, well, okay, I did have an insole when I was a child, but I wasn't very good at keeping up with wearing insole. Do you know how difficult it is to find school shoes that you can actually fit a bloody insole in that basically aren't just like pure bully material? In the 90s, the answer was very fucking minimal, just so you know. I used to get taken the piss out of going to the sports shop to go for my fucking shoes because they'd be like, what size are you? Size 8? And they're like, size 8? No, I know for a fact that I've got 2 friends that are size 8, so you can fuck off with that. Ooh, weird. What a bloke size. Bullshit. Although now...
I like your socks.
Well, I thought I'd go for a nice fashionable... I stamped on SpongeBob look. Actually, I was playing... this almost looks like the faces I was playing with the girls with. Mm-hmm. That was quite a good game, that was. But yeah, so at the moment, I'm basically just living in walking boots because it's got a bit more support on my ankles, but I'm trying to find something that supports my feet. But the only problem is I can only ever wear these if I can like manage them. So if I'm really sore and I can't get my foot on my leg, it means I can't really wear my boots because I need to be able to lean over to put them in.
That's why they got elastic laces.
Well, yeah, I know, but undoing the laces means going even further down on the boot, darling. That's why I slide them in. But the only problem is then you've got to make sure you don't slide your insole in. Do you know what the thing is as well? The really annoying thing is, even though my feet look like they're quite wide, I've got really skinny feet. So, and I've got really skinny ankles too. So the problem is, if I find something that fits that's a size 8, it's usually really wide.
Just flop about.
Yeah, although I suppose an insole is going to fucking solve that problem. In fact, it's a pain in the arse though. See, this is where being in a wheelchair really helped, because I didn't need to really worry about my insoles then, did I? I've still got a pair of shoes from when I was like 18 actually, because I haven't worn them out because I got ill the year afterwards. So you should, honestly, the sole looks fucking brand new. If it wasn't for the fact that they're suede, so they need a bit of like retouching up, you genuinely wouldn't be able to tell like how old they are. And they're fucking wide, so maybe I should wear those with a pair of insoles. But yeah, so it just makes it a bit more logistically difficult than I'm trying to find something that works at the moment, and I don't really care what fucking works as long as it works. I mean, I don't care if it looks weird because I'm used to people staring at me for the wheelchair and stuff, so I don't care if it looks weird as long as it fucking works. My hands are getting so weak now. It's not good. A bit more.
Morning, Fifi.
Good morning, Mr. Sanks. How are you today?
That's right. What are you up to?
Well, I've just come to the conclusion that I should brush my hair more than once a day because it gets really knotty. Especially because these days I toss and turn quite a bit in bed, so I realise that it just ends up being really poofy in the morning. But I am also, I got these, what I can only describe as sexy toe separators.
Yeah, why you got them?
Well, so
I shall demonstrate, sir. So, this one's the worst. But essentially what happens is every time I put my foot down for a start, I've got flat foot. So if I put any weight down, the arch disappears completely. Also, just as an interesting note, do you see those bubbles on the heel? That usually indicates a connective tissue disorder or some kind of...
like EDS?
Yeah, yes, EDS or that kind of stuff. It's a connective tissue thing, but it's only people who've got that kind of problem that have it. It's weird, but there you go. So my foot is flat, but my bigger problem, because I've been wearing an insole to make my foot less flat, is my toes. So as you can see at the moment, don't mind my finger toes, they're really long. But as you can see at the moment, they curve over. So whenever I try and walk and I stand up, they grip, but in shoes, they grip like that, and then they end up rubbing. So I've got a bit there that rubs. So at the moment, I have to cut it down to the nail bed. So at the moment, I have to cut it down to the nail bed, but that's actually really painful to do because it makes it bleed quite a lot. Mm-hmm. But at the moment, when I'm walking, I'm finding that I'm walking on the top of my toes. So my toenails are absolute agony at the moment. And I've got the same problem on this foot, The only difference is that I'm dominant on my right leg, because my left leg was my historically bad leg. So I haven't done as much damage to them, but this one's really damaged from it. So I've asked the doctors to go to the podiatrist, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So I was doing a bit of research and I found some of these toe separators, and they're supposed to help. So I figured for a £5, I'm going to give them a go. So you actually get 3 pairs for like, you get 6 pieces or 3 pairs for a £5, which is quite good, I think. So I've got 2 different types coming. I've got one that goes over the whole like top bit of a foot like a glove. So it kind of covers there, because I have a bit underneath that, because I walk quite a lot, I get like that bit underneath, because my feet are very flexible. So when they're walking, my feet are flexing in the middle, hence I'm getting that pressure point there. So I've got flat feet and plantar fasciitis, whatever it is anyway. So I'm trying these ones, but I'm going to also try the other ones to see if it can help, because at the moment it's making anything that I do, it becomes like really painful by like half the day, and then I've just kind of got to soldier through. But I'm finding it's becoming less and less possible. So I thought I'd try these. They feel really weird. They're kind of, don't get me wrong, they feel like they're nice, but they feel just, I don't know, they're very jelly-like. It's kind of odd. So yeah, I figure that you just kind of plonk them in, and so this is where my long skinny toes come in. See, the problem is as well, right, so I got really skinny toes, but then as soon as they get sore, my feet like swell up loads. So I got really skinny ankles and I got really skinny toes, but when they swell up, they go to like chipolatas. And if you can see that I've actually on both feet actually, I've damaged my left toe so much from breaking it that it's just a mess. Oh, that feels really weird. Oh, why does that go flat? Wait, hold on. Am I supposed to wear it at the top or at the bottom? It says at the bottom, but I don't think it's supposed to come up with that bit, is it? Wait, hold on. Do you reckon that will just take time to... Or I'll try it with the sock on. I just might have to like... Wait, hold on. If I rearrange it this way a bit... maybe it needs to be... It's like trying to sort out tights when you're wearing them when you've just been swimming and you can't grip it. Fuck me, where did those socks go? I literally had a pair of socks. It's like the second time I've fucking lost these socks. Fuck's sake, Fifi. Thank you. See, it's not my fault. They walk.
How do they feel?
They feel okay, actually. I was just thinking that where I bend over, it might just take the edge off, because they wear it in shoes anyway. So, I wonder if I should give them a little test walk. Well, I'm going to wear them today, basically, and we're popping around Rogers to see how he is, and I'm going to be lining a coffin today, aren't I? So I'm going to be lining Roger's coffin. Nick's popping in to see Roger, and I'll be chatting to Sue and lining a coffin and trying out these new bad boys. So they're going to go for a good test run, and then you'll either see me in a crying heap later, which means they didn't work, or you'll find me being all hyper because they worked and I'm all excited. I have no medium. You see, that one looks like it fits better. That feels really weird. Mind you, this foot doesn't bend as much, does it? So that makes sense because my other big toe's curled in. But yeah, if you can see, I actually cut my nails down to the bed, because otherwise it's less painful to make them bleed than it is to sort them out. And my mum had the same problem, right? So what they usually do is they cut off the top of the toe, and then they cut off the middle bit, and then they squidge it back together. I asked my dad last night, I was like, can we just not chop the top off? But apparently you use your second toe for balance going outwards. But I think I could learn on a stub, no? No. Oh.
It looks so painful for what it is. Like, they've got to fucking really had my pelvis rebuilt. At this point, I'm going to be bionic by the time I'm 40. Oh shit, you're never going to be able to go flying with me. Beep, 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 beep. Actually, do metal detectors detect titanium? No. Do shock detectors do it? Because my headset one
metal
off.
detectors do X-ray, but don't forget they use X-ray, which will detect any metal.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, no, I just meant because like I went to Tesco's once after I'd had my hip hop and it set it off, and I literally walked in and the guy walked up to me and was like, I'm not being rude, but have you had surgery recently? And I was like, yeah, I've had a hip replacement. And he was like, that's why it's going off. I was like, it just makes me wonder how often people go in and it's like just some old biddy with a fucking...
It's a fake hip.
Bad hip. But yeah, so I actually had like a 14-hour sleep the other day, so I'm slightly more compass mentis, but not really. But I've been a bit emotional because I've been a bit sore lately. So Nick got me flowers to make me feel better. And I love my gladiolis. And he also got me like an amazing water bottle that you fill up that also spritzes you. So if you've got ice cold water in here, you can spritz yourself with it. Which is just bloody perfect because I sweat like but at the moment I have no like temperature control. I have to do another video all about heat intolerance. It's amazing how little tolerance I have to heat changes, isn't it? Like and subscribe.